Happy Monday, everybody. It's time for Versus. The Odyssey is in theaters. It's finally here. We've seen it, and it's doing very well at the box office. People seem to love it. Plus, lots of movie news, and we finally got it. The Avengers Doomsday trailer dropped. Let's get into it. Let's get the gang here. Let's go.
This is Film Threat!
Hey, where is everybody?
There's Badger.
Not yet. Not yet. Oh my God.
Where'd
Badger go?
Okay.
Where'd he go?
I got him. Okay. Okay, good. Hey, and we have an actual Greek that will be joining us on the show today. George the Giant Slayer.
No, Dante's clearly the Greek here,
yeah,
obviously.
Odyssey
Yeah,
what am I saying?
Yeah.
By the way, George is going to speak for all Greeks when
he will do that on the show, but I think it explains why Chris Nolan didn't cast Greeks. They're late. They're late. George, 1 p.m. Pacific time. This isn't FNT. We start mostly on time. Although FNT's been pretty good about that lately. Welcome to the show, everyone. Just want to say hi to our returning champions here. Dante James has not been on the show in a while.
It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while.
So happy to have him here, and others will join late. But let's say hi to the people and see who's here. We got Andrew Cram gifted 5 Film Threat memberships. Oh, sorry, Badger. Sorry, Badger.
Go by all means. Yeah, 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank you,
excited.
Andrew.
and also, by the way, I'm doing the show from the road. I am house sitting for my aunt in Orange County, and then headed from here to Comic-Con on Wednesday. We'll be doing a road stream on Wednesday. But let's get these initial soups and then
I'll just say you're in the good part of Orange County.
I'm in the good part, yes.
Yeah, I would love to live in that area.
Yeah.
Coach sipping Jamba Juice for 2. Eric Weber used Chris's face for his thumbnail.
That's funny. That's hilarious. I don't know why.
Because you have been saying that the Odyssey would fail at the box office.
I never said that. There's
apparently
never
you have. Apparently you have.
Yeah, there's never a quote. I don't know. I wouldn't go to him for accuracy.
Scott Jonesy, member for 28 months. Gary still hasn't watched our disgraceful. Yeah, he's not going to.
Yeah. Oh man.
I think he's now making it a point not to watch RRR.
Yeah.
Jensen, member for 6 months. Oh, he just says it. Member for 6 months. Shout out, Jensen.
Appreciate that. That's great. And let's see.
Rumble rant from One Punch fan. Robert, you got me at Dune 3. Now I'm going to pay $30 to watch Dune 3 and walk out of the theater when the Odyssey starts. Now I'm going to pay $30. Good for him. Like to think that Polynesian are black people that turned Asian midway and got stuck between the two. That's my headcanon. Yeah. Now another name for 5. Metatron gave a 6 out of 10 in his review of the Odyssey. 2 points for Matt Damon and Anne Hathaway's performance. Totally based review. I was surprised.
Well, he's an expert in that. So
he liked the movie better than me.
His unbiased review, or no, his biased review was really entertaining.
I haven't seen that one. Let's get into it, Alan. Let's talk box office.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty big. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm weeping because against everything I've said, the Odyssey made a shit ton of money. And so now I'm trying to cope. So it comes
You're
to number
coping?
1. I'm coping, I guess.
Is this you coping?
This is me coping.
Okay.
So 123 million domestic. Moana drops 58% to under 20 million. Toy Story 5 is is 50 million away from $1 billion. Minions and Monsters hanging in there. Evil Dead Burn. The Invite. Young Washington standing strong. Obsession will not go away. Supergirl came out 3 weeks ago. Drops down to number 9. Just ahead of Disclosure Day and Backrooms.
All right. Well, I think the big news is the box office for the Odyssey. What is the global?
Yeah.
And the total gross?
Yeah, total gross $263 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's
The Greeks really love this movie.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it here. The box office it's impressive. You can't deny that. You really can't take that away. And I don't think any of us, just to clarify, I don't think any of us said it would fail at the box office.
Actually, no, I did. And here's the thing.
You did?
No, here's the thing. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, right? Like I've done it before with James Gunn. I'm doing it now. I thought, honestly, not even based on the goofy, controversy and the casting. I thought just because this movie looked boring as shit from the trailer, that would show up. So I was wrong about it. I you know what it is? I underestimated Nolan fans. I guess Nolan has a way bigger name.
Nolan fans are no joke, dude.
Because if he can make that shit sell, give Nolan anything he wants. Anything. Because believe me when I say,
well, they
I don't care how cinematic this movie was. It looked boring as shit. And if you don't get me on the trailer, I'm not going to go watch your movie.
Here's the thing about the box office. Even before we saw the Odyssey, before we started talking about the quality of the Odyssey, the IMAX theaters were all sold out. The IMAX 70 millimeters were all sold out. The only ticket I could get was the 2 a.m. screening in the morning Thursday night. Plus, IMAX tickets are 2 to 3 times more expensive than regular tickets. So already one ticket equals 3 regular tickets. So there's no doubt, regardless of quality, regardless of what you think about it, that this movie wasn't going to succeed this opening weekend.
Well, I do have actual footage of Chris Nolan after the box office receipts came out. Here he is here. We've seen this before, but he looks like he's celebrating. That is, and you know what?
Surrounded by Greek people.
Surrounded by Greeks.
Owning the Chuds.
Look at that.
Owning the Chuds.
Yeah, owning the Chuds. What do we think about this? What do we think about the Wilds? First of all, I am really happy. But some people took it further. Check this out. Have you seen this footage here? This is someone actually used a Trojan horse to get into the theater. Let's watch this.
1 ticket to see the Odyssey, please.
2 downstairs.
Says it's downstairs. I think we made it past. Thank you, good sir.
I like their accents in this. They do.
There's 2 people in there.
Ow! God. Ow.
And probably more entertaining than the movie.
I just can't go in. Nice job. Victoria's arms.
Oh my God.
2 downstairs.
Oh my God. Anyways, so there you go. We'll go through some more memes and whatnot, but what do you guys think of the success?
I think it's inevitable, honestly, when you compare the IMAX tickets that sold out like a year ago, as soon as they went on sale without any trailer being shown, just because Christopher Nolan was going to do the Odyssey, and those IMAX tickets went on sale. I mean, they were already selling out and being resold on eBay for like triple the price, which was insane. But it was inevitable. It was always going to do well.
Oh,
Bye, Chris.
Well, there he goes.
I know. Yeah, I don't know what you said, but
He's so upset that Odyssey's doing well. Darn.
Eric Weber was right.
The question was like the quality.
I know. He's moping now.
Yeah. That's a major reason you can't really trust any of the conversation right now. I mean, here on this channel, of course, but just out there in the interwebs, a lot of people just want to own the Chuds. They're saying it's the greatest thing ever just so we could be wrong. Oh, there's a Greek.
Hey,
air quotes.
Hey,
what's going on?
Hey, George, you finally made it.
Yeah, I've been fighting the summer cold. Sorry about being late.
Oh, it's all good. So
hello, fellow Greek.
Hello, fellow.
Now we've already set up the fact that you speak for all Greeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what
Except
you
for the dumbasses who are going to village theaters in Athens and selling out and buying tickets.
Well, what do you think now that you've seen the film?
Okay. What do I think? I never do scores because I never understood really doing scores for a film. I mean, it's a feeling. So Let's see. I'm still working on my review. I don't feel it's like he was selling a story. I feel it was like selling IMAX. If we're talking about a story outside of Homer, he nailed his version of the story. You know, Homer wrote the greatest homecoming in history, and Nolan wrote the longest apology letter ever filmed. It's pretty much that's pretty much how I view it. Let's see, the three greatest sins of the film. The one actual Greek that was hired who was speaking Greek, having to have his words translated for a Greek who's Indian to tell him we're Greeks from Ithaca.
From a black Greek, by the way, just for fun.
Yeah. And Sign-On, I think that's one of the biggest, not the casting, put the casting aside, that's a horse has been beat to death. It's the fact that he took his framing for the gods and for Homer's Odyssey from a Roman perspective. Virgil's Aeneid, I had to translate that damn thing in school from Latin for 5 years. And Sign-On represents in Roman view, the ultimate deceiver, the ultimate trickster, right? Homer views it as metis, you know, the use of the Trojan horse as the ultimate in intelligence, which is why Athena always loved Odysseus and supported him, because she wasn't just, you know, goddess of war. It was wisdom, strategy, intelligence, cunning. It's not brute force, it's mind.
Well, I think that's a problem people have with, you know, I feel kind of like you, George. The first time I saw the movie, I was still processing it. I mean, Alan immediately didn't respond to it. That's fine. I was sitting there ruminating over, you know, the spectacle really got me. I love the spectacle, you know, the Cyclops scene, you know, all of that aspect of the movie I really loved, but I really had to process, like, what about it didn't work for me? I think a lot of it is the modern language didn't work for me. The castings, you know, that's the biggest point of controversy. I don't think it was as big a deal as people thought it would be, but I've got here's some the Cyclops thing, all of that I really enjoyed. Among other scenes, the giants.
Yeah, the giants see the armor threw me off. Again, you know, I think if Nolan hadn't called it the Odyssey and then named it something else, even
like
setting
Christopher
it
Nolan's The Odyssey.
No, nothing. No Odyssey, no Homer. If he had just said, here's this ancient epic, I don't think anybody would have had a problem with it. But when you start talking about a foundational piece of Western literature, something that has helped shape our culture, think about it this way. If Homer was the father of Western culture, right, and Greece is the mother of Western civilization, I pretty much view Nolan like the pimp who fucked our parents just to film it on 70 millimeter.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, there you go. Okay, here's Chris Nolan talking about some of the effects and whatnot. I think this is interesting.
Friend Guillermo del Toro of many years, a monster is never just a monster.
I want you to imagine a scale, and let's call this the how the hell am I going to do this scale? Let's say the truck flip from Dark Knight's there. Let's say the hallway from Inception's there. Maybe Trinity Test is right here. The Cyclops scene, where does that fall in the how the hell am I going to do this?
Oh, right at the top. I mean, that was a terrifying challenge for all of us.
Why is that?
Because I wanted to tell the story with a credible tone. My rule for everybody involved in the film was give them a reason to believe. You know, as moviegoers, we want to see extraordinary things. We want to go to extraordinary places. So we need a reason to believe. And a lot of that is tone. And tone is technical. Tone is, okay, how do you photograph? We're going to real places. We're shooting real things as much as possible. We're on the deck of real boats in a real storm. You know, we're doing all of this stuff. So suddenly you then moving into, and the Cyclops is the first pure fantasy element that comes into the film. So how do we give that some kind of reality. How are we going to do this? And we
It's not
used
supposed to be reality, man.
Right. I love the Cyclops. I will tell you
smartest
that.
thing I did.
Yeah, I saw a still from them. They built a giant puppet, and
Right,
then
but-
they used enhancement with CGI, but it's not CGI.
Right. My problem again is the I'll tell you the things that I liked about it. I like the Cyclops, right? I didn't like the way it was presented, meaning the storyline of the Cyclops. This more sensitive angle because that's directly.
Well, they missed
again,
the whole nobody thing, but here's
yeah, I
something.
know which
Here's something
Armando
worth.
Dante did.
Here's something George worth sharing here. It's the Chris Nolan checklist. We got. Let's see. Maybe you read that for me, Badger.
Long running time, check. Overly complicated plot, check. Non-linear narrative structure, check. Practical effects, minimal use of CGI, A-list cast, big budget, hard to follow action sequences, that's definitely important. Bombastic musical score, muddy sound, an IMAX release, and of course, critical praise.
So I think
Right.
I think that scale hits it. That scale hits it.
The non-linear this time is the only thing that really is not his fault because he's supposedly following Homer. Because you have a lot of flashbacks, but again, the issue, like I think he has a future in horror. The Cersei scene, I will tell you, I'm not a body horror fan, but that, that was real.
That was the best part of the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Turning the men into pigs. I thought that scene was excellent as well.
Yes.
So, but it was the movie for me was a mixed bag in the end. So, and I'm just the one positive story I saw about the movie that I thought was great is that so many people are reading the Odyssey, like books, looking up videos, like the interest level in just the original story and source material is off the charts. So I find that a positive result of all of this. So
You don't think it concerns you a little?
If they're, I wonder which translation they will read and if they'll still feel the
Right.
same way about the film after they read a certain translation that's
See,
not
Right.
Emily Wilson's. You know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm a little disappointed actually in that. I'll tell you why. It's not like Lord of the Rings. After Jackson put out Lord of the Rings, I think they added another 50 million readers over the next 10 years. The problem is, again, which translation are you going to get? But count that versus how many millions of people are going to walk out of a theater and going, that's Homer. That's the Odyssey. You know that. They're going to walk out of there. They're not going to read the book. They're going to go, this is it. If everybody walked out and said, I'm going to go read the book, no one would like the movie. They would have to say, okay, this isn't Homer's Odyssey. This is Nolan's whatever. And you understand, Chris, I used to be a huge Nolan fan. I mean, I had the shirts, the collectibles, the movies. But
for the record, I'm still a Nolan fan.
Yeah.
I still think, look,
I'm not his worst.
even at his worst, he's still better than 90% of the directors in Hollywood right now. So I mean, it's Chris Nolan, right? I mean, there's no denying that this guy is beyond talented. Don't get me wrong. I don't love all of his films, but I like enough of them to say, you know, he's that guy right now in Hollywood. My problem with this whole movie, man, honestly, I feel like it's just one giant op. I feel like it's an op, dude. I feel like this was Hollywood saying, hey, you know what? People aren't liking the race swapping. They're not liking the gender swapping. You know, we got to do something. You know, who can we get? And they got Chris Nolan, right? They dumped a truckload of money at his door. They convinced him somehow to make this movie and cast it the way he cast it and all this other shit. Here's my question. What lesson do you think Hollywood's going to take from this movie?
yeah, they can double down now on DEI. See, that's the problem. We talked about this before, Verbal. If this thing ends up in the long run succeeding, they're not going to be like, oh, they're going to go back to their old formula. And I'm sorry, I used to be a Chris Nolan fan. I can't. It's too personal for me, not only as a Greek first.
Can you share my screen, Chris?
What he's done.
Yeah, sure. Where is
I think it was Dante that might have made me aware of this one, but this is what they're going to learn.
I actually read this article. This article is it's hilarious. And it's very interesting to me. I went through it last night. The article actually says that, you know, what the chuds have been saying all this time for the past 10 years that Ghostbusters 2016 wasn't good, The Little Mermaid wasn't good, Last Jedi wasn't good, Elio was full of woke, and those movies were all woke. This article confirms that. Not only confirms that, but also says they're terrible. These films are terrible.
That's why they failed. They were just bad movies.
Yeah,
but
they
it
were
wasn't
just
any
bad
of the
movies.
wokeness.
And it might have taken them 10 years to get here, but they finally did it. They finally have. And this movie calls it a woke movie, or this article calls it a woke movie, because they're saying that it breaks the go woke, go broke movie, thereby confirming that the movie is woke. So it might have taken them 10 years to get there, but finally a woke movie.
So it's not saying that
made
woke
money.
movies will make money in the future. They're saying that this woke movie bucked the trend of all woke movies.
Yeah, but do you think that's the lesson they're going to take from that?
Nope.
No,
Yeah,
they're going to double
it's-
down.
It's
Yeah, of
actually
course.
interesting because, like, if you look at this article, it's almost as if, you know, that mythological audience that they've been trying to chase for the past 10 years. Look, see, now Hollywood can say, like, they really do exist. Look at this Christopher Nolan movie. Full of,
I know,
full
but
of
then
DI,
those are
full of all this
Nolanoids.
casting. Look at this. See, they are out there. We just have to make the movies better. They can
Like Christopher
still, you
Nolan.
know, include all of the diversity that they want. We can still do race swaps. The movies just have to be more, you know, quality movies, and they'll make money.
Quality.
Yeah, I mean,
woke.
as dumb as we think executives are, I don't think they're saying, well, after 10 years, finally we figured out the woke formula. Let's start making woke movies again. You know, I think they know that this may be the one-off. Again, the majority of the ticket sales were pre-sales, so we didn't even.
I think
know
you're giving them too much credit, Alan. Like I don't think they're that smart, to be honest.
I don't think that we're going to start getting a rash of woke movies because of this.
Well, they're not wrong. They're not wrong, right? Like, if Rings of Power was good, it would be a lot harder to talk shit on it, but it's not, because most of these people that do all these things don't have the ability to write things. But Chris Nolan, even on an off day, does. So he's the exception.
Yeah, I don't think they just greenlit season 4 of Rings of Power because of the Odyssey.
No.
Let's see what the experts are saying. This is the Odyssey. What academics are saying about Chris Nolan's epic. I mean, I agree with you, George. This is really Christopher Nolan's Odyssey.
Right.
But I think we have notes for the story from Variety.
A group of Homer scholars, historians, archaeologists, and professors held a lengthy discussion after an early screening, debating everything from Nolan's storytelling choices to his portrayal of mythological characters. While they acknowledged the film takes significant creative liberties, most agreed it should be judged as Nolan's Odyssey, not Homer's. Despite online controversy over the film's diverse casting and historical accuracy, academics interviewed said those issues were largely irrelevant to their discussions. Some even argued the film is more conservative than progressive, noting that female characters remain largely confined to traditional roles. Experts also pointed out that historical accuracy has never been the primary goal of Hollywood epics, and that Homer's own poem contains historical inconsistencies and evolved through centuries of oral storytelling.
Who's this idiot?
Well, that's the exact argument Robert gave last week, but I digress. Classicists emphasize there is no single definitive version of the Odyssey. The poem has been translated, adapted, and reinterpreted for thousands of years, making Nolan's film simply the latest entry in a long tradition. Some scholars criticize the screenplay for simplifying Homer's moral complexity and devoting more time, to large-scale action, such as the Fall of Troy. However, they viewed those changes as artistic choices rather than betrayals of the source material. Perhaps the biggest takeaway among educators is that Nolan's blockbuster could spark renewed interest in classical literature. Professors expect increased enrollment in Greek and classics courses as students seek out the original poem after seeing the film.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Look, first of all, I don't wish for movies to fail at the box office. Plenty of movies I didn't like did very well at the box office, like the third Transformers movie. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I think it's great people are going to the movies. I want a healthy film business. You know, that's because it'll keep my friends in the industry working.
I did want this to fail as the first movie. I said that in my third video. I said this is the first movie I
You were the one.
because it sends the wrong message.
The thing is, it's the hypocrisy, I think, that people have an issue with when you've got Polynesian culture. They did a whole article in Variety. We showed it. Where they praise Disney for being respectful of Polynesian culture. And it seems that certain cultures are respected while others it doesn't matter. So it's the hypocrisy, I think, that is upsetting to people.
The hypocrisy bothers me, but it's the core story. That's why I said if he nailed his story, right? But that's not Homer's story. The whole thing about Homer's is, can a man go for 20 years, 10 in war, 10 lost, to get back home, suffer, reject temptation, goddesses, immortality, and still return home, worthy of home, and not exile himself, restore order, respect the divine order of the heavens, and live happily ever after? That's the whole point. When you have him, otherwise, what are we talking about? It would be like if Christopher Nolan took Lord of the Rings and you had Frodo going and handing the ring in Mordor to Sauron, going, "Oh, you deserve representation," or in Saving Private Ryan, apologizing to the Germans. This just changed the whole story. That's my biggest beef.
Here's my thing. I don't know the Odyssey. I don't know the stories. I don't know the themes. I know basic plot points. And when I went into the movie, it was like, okay, so he wants to come home. Is that the thrust, the theme of it? And then I'm watching FNT, and they're talking about, well, Odysseus couldn't make it home because of a point of pride in his life, that he made a very prideful choice, and that prevented him from being able to come home as quickly as he wanted to. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I wish I had seen that movie. Because at least that's something we can relate to. This idea that pride and the choices we make.
Hubris. Yeah, but it's
hubris.
Human. But see, that's what it's a human story. That's what the great thing is about Homer's Odyssey. It's a human story. We all have the world at one point that's beat the hell out of us, but you still want to get home.
Yeah. But the thing is, this one is about PTSD and what happened during a war. And I guess not like I haven't seen that story before, but that there's only a certain amount of us who can relate to that in terms of a general population. But when it comes to pride and hubris, we can all relate to it because we know people like that, or we've been there and we've had to have ourselves humbled at some point. And this journey back of redemption. And that was completely lost in this movie. I didn't that theme. I never would have seen that theme at all, even on a second viewing of it.
Did you see that George said that Athena liked Odysseus because he was wise and did something very clever, when the movie tells us the exact opposite? It's actually Odysseus' fault that the fall of the Bronze Age, which they refer to as the Bronze Age, just because he broke he broke Zeus's law by being clever.
That is an ancient Roman perspective. That's why Virgil cast Sinon as the ultimate trickster who lied so convincingly he got a civilization to destroy itself. But no, Athena loved. Okay, the whole defy the gods thing is when the trailers were coming out and the marketing and the posters is what first, like before the casting, is the first thing that I was like, there's a problem here. Odysseus was one of the most devout believers and worshipers in the gods. The only time he got punished is when his hubris got in the way. He's like, fuck it, I'm not going to do what they say. I know what I'm going to do. And that's when he got punished. You missed all that. But then I started noticing what Nolan kept out of the film. And that's why I've had taken a little longer on my review, because I'm like, why did he make these choices? One of the most important, powerful moments in the Odyssey is when Odysseus meets Nausicaa. And he's talking to her. One of the most poignant speeches he ever gives, he's explaining to her the greatest things in life. Not Conan, what are the greatest things in life? He's saying, like, it's husband, mother, father, children, home. She gets convinced. She takes him to her parents, the king and queen, and then he tells his story. And I looked at these points in the film, and I was like, why did he keep out all the traditional values?
Because the modern audience doesn't like traditional values. Yeah. That's why.
Right, but that's my point. All the core ethos of the story. He does these interviews. You remember that interviewer who tried to corner Robert Downey Jr. years ago, like
Yeah,
how
the scumbag interview.
I can't remember his name,
Yeah.
but he's the guy. I just saw his interview with Tom Holland and Christopher Nolan, and Christopher Nolan's like, well, Xenia is the heart of the film. You know, Zeus's law. We didn't use Xenia. I'm like, well, he was right on that. That's one of the 5 points, but then he bastardized the other 5 points. And then when you throw in the modern language and then Elliot Page, that can look like a 10-year-old boy to replace Achilles, because the scenes that he was lifting, Achilles needed to be one of the key shades because it's to complete the story from the Iliad. The whole point of the Iliad was like, you know, Achilles is like glory, immortality above all. Then you find him in the Odyssey. He's like, boom, man, I fucked up. I'd rather have been a slave than be nothing but a shade here. So
What's interesting about that interview with that guy, I forget his name too.
Asshole is what I call him.
What's interesting about that is the interviewer, he's like, well, that's very relatable to what is happening in today's society. And he's like, yes, Christopher Nolan completely agrees with him. Like, absolutely, yes, that is at the heart of the film. And that's pretty much the message. You know, it has everything to do with like a conversation about immigration.
It's like I felt this was Oppenheimer all over again, just with, you know.
I think it's interesting that there was another article in the Associated Press that came out with all of this, with a bunch of scholars, including Emily Wilson. And even she was saying that he changed so much. And there was another professor who said that, like, he changed so much in regards to Odysseus. He changed him so much. It's like, well, then when you change this character and take away what makes him him, that fundamentally changes the entire story and how you view it. And that's what Christopher Nolan did with the Odyssey. Because you change the main character, you're changing the entire thing. It doesn't matter if you hit all of the points that, or, you know, places that he visited and all this stuff. It doesn't matter if you hit those things and say, like, see, this is the Odyssey because he went here and here and here.
Yep.
You have changed the story. You have changed the messaging. You have changed the main character that we're supposed to be, that is supposed to be the hero of this story.
And that's why it's a lie.
That's it. You've changed it.
And that's what bothers me the most. It's like changing Rocky, or like I said, Saving Private Ryan, have him in the end go apologize to the Germans. Or Frodo giving the ring over to Sauron. Like, that's not the story anymore. That's something else. That's like Elseworlds.
I'm sorry we stole this from you, Sauron.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that Emily Wilson also said that she didn't really like the scene with the dog. And she said that it catered towards the modern sentimentality. She's just like, everybody's a sucker for that. She didn't even like that. I was just, wow.
Because in her translation, she minimizes a lot of those things. You can tell where he took from Wilson and where he threw his own stuff, which I will say one thing. There is no point in Homer where you have someone throwing dogs off a cliff. I don't know where the fuck that came from. It's not even in Wilson.
Let's take a look at, here's all of Nolan's films ranked on Rotten Tomatoes. Tenet at the lowest at, what is that? I can't read it, Alan.
Tenet is 69%.
Yes. And the Odyssey, it's dropped a little, but it's still, is it 95 or 96? It's just
95.
hovering.
It plummeted
95.
to 95. Yes.
It plummeted to 95. Still pretty good. I mean, this is why I think this movie has, you know, not only because it's a you know, classic literature, it's important historically, it's also Nolan doing it. So I think that raises the bar for what people expect.
Wait. The Odyssey is ranked higher than The Dark Knight and Inception?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
As
Fuck Rotten
films.
Tomatoes. Like, what are we doing here, folks?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what would you change on this ranking?
Well,
Prestige is too low.
I put the Odyssey at the bottom, Tenet above it.
I mean, honestly, the Prestige should be way higher.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that was my favorite flick from him. I love Prestige. But,
So the
let me
Odyssey
ask
is
you-
under something called Community Watch on Rotten Tomatoes. So if you go and try and leave a review, your review is reviewed and many are being rejected. It's the
Oh,
definition.
that's
That's
very
true?
interesting. Didn't they do that with Captain Marvel as well?
Yeah.
And
Here,
remember
share
that
my
guy
screen.
that came out? Who was it? The guy who worked for Sci-Fi Wire in 2019. There's an audio recording of him. I found it the other day because someone shared it, where he was stating that yes, critics, when they're working, when they want to promote a film, they have to toe a certain line. So in order they can maintain access. I've been looking for that audio recording for years, and it popped up on X 2 days ago.
Your review is awaiting approval. So if your review doesn't meet their standards, and I've seen people say that they tried to leave a review and they didn't even say anything about the casting or anything, and it still got rejected.
Well, I can tell you
That's
that
interesting.
one
we
bad
must
review.
protect Nolan.
I can tell you one bad review made it really early on, and for 12 hours, that critic was harassed incessantly.
I was proud of you. I loved it.
Known Greek.
Alan,
Dude,
I think
honestly,
you did
Alan,
great.
I don't know what you did to Eric Weber, man, but he has a hard on for you like I
I
have never
know.
seen, man. Like that
No,
guy.
I went at it with him.
Wait,
You know,
We're okay.
here's
And
my
it's funny
question.
because like I watched that episode, that video he did with Chris on the cover, because I was like, what the hell is he doing? What's he talking about now? So I watched it. It's what you'd expect. Eric Weber is a joke, dude. This guy has fucking 3,000 subs. He's been, on YouTube for 5 years. He thinks that his opinion matters in Hollywood, that people are beating down his DMs for them to critique his movie, which they're fucking not. He's a joke, dude. And then, he goes after Alan. He goes after Chris. He goes after everybody who basically didn't have a nice thing to say about the film.
Well, he basically anyone disagrees with.
I have to say about Eric. I admire that he's still grinding, even though no one's. You know what they say? Dance like no one's watching. Do YouTube like no one's watching. And
by the way,
I'll give
I
you
need to
credit.
mention we are still on the road to 169,000.
We're very
Awesome, I
close.
love it.
We're like
getting there. We're getting there.
we're almost like 2,000 away from that.
Sweet.
So please
Nice.
sub to the channel if you have
Hell yeah.
not.
I have to get going. I wish I could stay longer for more Odyssey talk. But I have something that I need to go and do. But I will say, if John Leguizamo has taught me anything, it is that me, a Latina, can also be Greek. So I thank you, John Leguizamo, for that. I really do
Welcome to the
appreciate
club.
that. I now identify as Greek.
Welcome
I
to the
play
club.
Greek.
Thank you,
I'll
Steph.
see you guys later. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. See you next week. Take care.
I
By the
love
way, I
it.
see someone in the chat say Angry Badger only has 12,000 subs. Does that make him irrelevant? First of all, yes. Second of all, I've only been doing it for 3 years, not 8. And also, thank you, Odyssey, for getting me to 12,000. That just happened. So upward and onward.
Well,
I
Disney
just-
got us to 100,000. So.
That's awesome. I just want to thank Alan and Chris. When I read your review in Film Thread, Alan, it's you who gave the critics balls to actually start sharing their real opinions. You know what, the 10 of them.
Honestly, I just surprised that I was the only one.
No, I'm not,
For the
because you're
longest
honest.
time. I mean, finally, people started. I mean, look, Time Magazine finally came out and agreed with me. And so,
By the way, Alan never said the movie was woke.
No.
Never said
No,
no,
never
the
said it was
storytelling.
woke.
100% the storytelling was the problem of this movie.
And Alan never said it would bomb at the box office.
Nope.
A lot of people are making assumptions about what Alan has said or I have said that
Or
are
even
nowhere in any of our reviews, whether it's on YouTube or on the Film Threat website. It's being sort of thrown in with what are some of the other commentary. It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre.
Why do you think this? Let me ask you, Chris, because I've been dying to talk to you since you invited me today.
Uh-huh.
How do you think it's going to do with its legs? Like, what are you hearing from
Huge,
people? Who are coming-
huge. Nolan's movies
I
start
don't
off
know
very,
this. You think this is going to be
Yeah.
the same? No different.
It's going to his movie legs. Oppenheimer didn't. It was bigger than expected, but then it just, had legs.
But are you hearing the same things from us? Are you hearing it from others who are like, everybody you talk to is thrilled to see it, or they go,
It's.
Because I keep hearing everybody's like, and I'm like, how is it succeeding?
I think it's going to break $1 billion. I really think
Really?
it's going to
That's a
have
shame.
legs.
It probably
Here's
will.
why. Here's why. The movie is a cultural touchstone. I mean, he was on Nolan months before the movie opened, was on 60 Minutes. He's done more media and press for this movie than any previous movie. he's done. So it's one of those things where you want to talk about it, good or bad. It's a conversation. And if you haven't seen the movie, then, you still want to be able to talk about it, right? Like, it's in the zeitgeist in terms of it's a cultural touchstone, like whether you like soccer or not, the World Cup.
World Cup. I mean, do you think people are going to
Which, by the way,
Here, let me
that halftime show for the World Cup was embarrassing. I gotta
with
say.
Cruise?
Let me
Are
just
you talking
chime
about
in on
Madonna.
Well, Madonna. I
Tom
didn't
Cruise
see
was
it.
great.
Yeah, I saw the Tom Cruise. I didn't see the Madonna. But do you think people are going to plant a flag? I'm not talking about Nolanoids. I mean, people. Well, I used to be one of them who just go to anything Nolan. I'm talking about the rest. You think they're planting a flag?
Let me speak to that.
Please.
Okay.
I can't imagine people wanting to see the movie again. I get fans would want to see it again, but the average person to see the movie again because of its storytelling. And the second is, are you gonna pay another $35? You see it 3 times, that's almost $100. Because clearly the regular theaters are not
no tickets. Yeah, I can't find any standard screen in Houston. Doesn't even have 10 to 30 seats. I've called Verbal up about it. I'm like, how is this working? Just IMAX?
Yeah, people are. I mean, look, from an IMAX perspective, this is an event film. It was shot for IMAX, shot with IMAX cameras. It's 70 millimeters, so it's on actual film. But that's gonna wear away, and then that, and again, you're paying 2 to 3 times the ticket value.
That's why I didn't think it would. I thought it would have its lunch. I thought it would drop, and then Spidey comes out, and I thought that would just basically wipe it off.
Look, this weekend will say a lot, and then when Spider-Man comes out, it'll say even more. So we could be wrong. Next week could, if it drops 50%, that's pretty respectable. But then is Spider-Man going to crush it at that point?
Probably.
Who knows?
I think there's something else that I noticed, and I don't know how to put this into words. You remember the opening scene from The Dark Knight when we see it from behind Joker, how it's kind of low to the ground?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that was the whole movie. I felt like Peter Dinklage shot it. I mean, is that me?
No, it felt like the IMAX camera was really heavy.
No, but so that's just not me, because I was like, I'm trying to be objective to a degree, but did y'all feel it was low? Like everything was low?
I mean, that was one of my comments in this. It just felt like the IMAX camera was impediment to this movie, to being able to tell a really good story. And according to Jeremy, the IMAX films can only run 3 hours because of the wear it does on the projector and stuff like that.
IMAX 70 millimeter can only be I forgot what the one, but 3 hours is the max.
Oh, because of the spooling and all that.
They can only shoot for 3 minutes at a time before they have to reload the film, which means if you're in the middle of a scene, you have to stop what you're doing, hold all the emotion of the scene, wait 5 minutes for them to refilm it, and then go for another 3 minutes.
And so what you have is a beautiful film that is all quick edits. And that's the thing I felt most about this. It was just quick edits. All we're seeing are highlights of these stories.
Right. There was no space to let any scene breathe. I didn't feel it. I put on Troy last night for the family. Watched the director's cut. And I'm like, see? Color.
All right. Hey, let's go to the people. We have a lot of comments about, and Alan, I'm gonna have you control this, and Badger will read. So if you can start from the top and go to the bottom.
Actually, Lori, if you could help.
Lori, if you could do that
for 5. Oh, okay.
No, read that. We got to read that one.
Start from the top. All right.
Okay.
I need a quick bathroom break.
Just go. We'll take care of it.
Let's go now in front of all
You're
of us.
micromanaging this thing. We know how to do this.
Good day, all. Would it be sexist to say the acting in Moana 2 is flatter than a woke Hollywood actress asking for a friend?
Jeez.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Scott Jonesy, member for 28 months. Gary still hasn't watched RRR. Disgraceful. Yeah.
Brilliant film.
Yeah.
Beautiful film.
Jensen, member for 6 months. Shout out. Scott Jonesy for 2. Infinity Vision is a ridiculous thing from Disney. It's the only way to watch it.
Yeah, I just bought my Doomsday ticket in Infinity Vision.
Seaver for 2. When is the Badger Gooch meetup? Let's make it happen. Yeah, we'll get right on that.
Hey, they want to see you. You're fans.
Yes. Rob Lego Patriot, 10 gems. Happy poop. Yay.
Is that
They
new?
give you gems. I don't know. Aaron Charman for 5. Apart from the casting of Travis Scott, Elliot Page, Himesh Patel, Corey Hawkins, Will Yoon Lee, and Jovan Adepo.
Yeah, that was their Greek.
The use of mom, dad, fuck, the bad sound mixing, and Anne Hathaway constantly crying while apparently portraying a strong queen. And Odysseus not really coming across as the master tactician and cunning warrior he's portrayed as in Homer's story.
Especially he doesn't know how to handle a bow, obviously.
And the filming the palace at a real ancient site that was already partly in ruins, even though Odysseus's palace should have looked new and fully intact. Yeah, shout out here. And the armor not being accurate to the era. Aside from all of that. Okay, and another one. Calypso essentially that's from the thing. Calypso essentially date raping Odysseus for 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you really feel?
Until we find out what it's Circe.
Except this time it's a postmenopausal Calypso instead of actually even
Andy Miller for $1.99. Help me. I agree with the Greek. Cinna now a victim. Aaron for another 5. And Nolan's reinterpreting Homer's story with major changes that fundamentally alter what it's about. I actually kind of like, aside from all the things he just mentioned. Yeah.
Cyclops good.
Razorburn for 2. George, I hope you are getting better, you mad Greek.
Thank you, my favorite rivet head. Appreciate it.
Joe for $1 Rumble Rant. My theater in San Antonio is a 70mm IMAX. Broke on the second showing. It's been broken since Oppenheimer. They fixed it for the movie. The only other 70mm in San Antonio is not an IMAX.
Yeah. Robert said the Irvine Theater, it overheated the projector.
Beware the Greeks.
Andy Miller for another $1.99. Nolan inverted Homer to kill culture, order, and fun. Authentic nerds don't yield for $6.99. Benny Safdie isn't getting enough hate as I'm assuming he meant Agamemnon. I loathed that casting. The derpy Cyclops was smarter than Nolan. Fuck. Also, check out my review.
All right.
Thank you.
Gabriel, shout out. 800 gems and just says husky.
Sweet.
Jillian of the H, 440 gems. Uncle Alert. I think that's you,
what
George,
is
or
what are
Uncle
the gems? I don't know what that is.
I think it's prepaid super chats.
Thank you.
So yeah. Wave.
I don't like it. Andy Miller for $1.99. Wilson says no one. Nolan says nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's like Nausicaa should have been in there. So many things should have been in there. It was just
Moose Glutes for 1,000 gems.
Wow.
Goat trophy.
All right.
Thank you. I don't know how much the gems are, but
Alf for $4.99. Maximus was a better Odysseus than Odysseus, and I'll fight anyone like R&B did last week who disagrees.
oh, where is R&B?
Gathering his power. I'm sure he'll show up. Andy Miller for $1.99. Correction, no man, others, nobody, Nolan, none. Yeah, nobody. Andy Miller for $1.99. Nolan, no strong women, all now victims. Forest Witch. Logan Misiak for 10. I might be alone on this, but I think thought this film was going to be a success, even if Nolan didn't direct the film. It's the frickin' Odyssey. Nolan helped, but the poem is way too big to fail.
Yeah. Also, I think the reason I think it's going to perform, it's performing well and will continue to do so. Other than Spider-Man Brand New Day, not much competition for the next month, next 6 weeks for that matter. I mean, Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to do very well, already doing great in pre-sales. Odyssey is going to play through the summer.
I would have loved to have seen Gibson or Eggers take this on.
I think Eggers would be my vote. He is strict when it comes to realism.
Oh, did
even
you
down
see
to the language?
I mean, did you read the article about his werewolf? How the dialogue that he's using? He's like, "There's going to be translations."
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love Eggers.
Gibson's apocalypto. I mean, he used unknown actors, and you saw how much that made.
All right,
Because
let's
he
get
brought
through these.
realism.
Let's get through these soups, and we'll continue our conversation.
Mellow for 5. I agree with the psyop narrative. I'm not even interested in the Odyssey as a movie per se. They are refining their PR excuses with this movie. Diz Wiz for 5,000. Barbie was feminist trash and raked a whole lot of money. I don't think they found out the woke formula, and Odyssey money was mad because booking a year before.
Yeah,
front loaded. Jimmy Francis for 100 Swedish kroner, having made a feature about Greek gods.
Yes.
Support group Olympus, reviewed by Alan, and
Yes.
casted Greek actors. I'm curious how many other Greek myth films in English you know of starring Greek actors.
Well, George, you're the expert.
Oh, I'm not an expert on Greeks in American films. No, I just watched Iphigenia on Saturday night because I've been going back through the Greek films for
You know what I noticed? One thing about the Odyssey, no one says Opa in the whole movie.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
No Opa.
I was waiting
No
for
breaking
someone to
the-
say Opa and bring flaming cheese. Where was it? Didn't see it at all.
Now, what Greek myth was my big fat Greek wedding based off of?
The suburbanite Windex, the Windex theory. No.
Criticless for 5. Check out that Criticless audience score, 50% with 165 reviews. If that's not a split audience, I don't know what is. By the way, deeply dislike this movie. Al was right. Yeah, hashtag Alan was right.
Yeah, what's funny is I want to speak to that a bit because I've given positive and negative reviews to movies for years. I watch and enjoy everyone on this show, even the ones no longer present. I watch a variety of things. I love to hear a diversity of opinion. I don't get offended if someone's opinion doesn't line up with my own. That is weak sauce to me. Like, why would I get, if someone doesn't like something, or Alan doesn't like, or maybe he likes something I don't, I want to hear why he feels that way, but I don't get bent out of shape. I don't need for everyone to fall in line with the same opinion. That is bizarre thinking and small-minded, if you ask me. I love to see different opinions and takes. I don't care what this person says or that other YouTuber. That's fine. I like to hear a unique take more than one that lines up with what I think. Give me something unique. But what was weird is the reaction to Alan's review. You know, that just seeing and I don't know if you follow my pal Al on X. Alan is
I respond
attack.
to a few people, yes.
Yeah. Alan is fully under attack for just his opinion about this movie. I'm kind of shocked to see it.
But why do you think that is, Chris?
That's what I'm asking. I don't know why it is.
Well, people are telling me that a lot of them are just the Nolan Bros, and Angry Joe. Other than that, that's what other than that. And Chris, your line of thinking, that's why you appear on a Eric Weber thumbnail.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? If it gets him more views, that's good.
I mean,
that's the only way he's going to get more views.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll tell you exactly what I was feeling when I was watching the movie. I remember the movie starting, and of course, going in not knowing much about the Odyssey, and not knowing what's going on, and then realizing I can't understand a damn thing people are saying. The ambient noise was overpowering these people talking softly. And it's like, how am I supposed to follow this movie if I can't understand what they're saying? And then when it goes on, I mean, we talk about it all the time, those first 3 minutes of anything, if you don't capture your audience, you've lost them. And they lost me in those first 3 minutes. And they just never got me back from then on.
You felt like they were chewing the dialogue. I felt a couple were like trying to do a Brando impression.
Yeah, I mean, that whole scene where Odysseus is portraying the beggar and he's talking to Penelope. I mean, I'm watching this going, this is community theater right now. You know,
Well,
it's like
all the guys inside the horse, right? This is an epic myth. Do we need to know shitting and peeing and being like, you don't need that type of realism.
Well, Chris likes it when people pee in movies.
Right, but I'm just, it's
That's
like
because Christopher Nolan doesn't like sci-fi or fantasy. He doesn't like it.
Your Barmy for 2. Emily Wilson confirmed cat lady. Toxoplasmosis. Future Boy for 2. Leguizamo marginalized blind actor representation. Yep.
I thought he was great as Odysseus's gardener.
I can't stand John Leguizamo.
Really Old Movies became a YouTube member. Shout out. He's green. The Real Monkey member for 2 months. Alan Little Mac Ing fighting the commenters one at a time until he reaches Tyson for the belt.
It was literally one at a time.
Oh my God, Alan, you were on fire this weekend.
Oh gosh, that was fun. I was having a lot of fun this weekend.
I was so entertained. It was great. Let's get through these. We have other news stories. We have a lot of Marvel news. Let's get to it.
Seaber for 2. All the rich liberal boomers are going to see it.
True.
Almanac for 199. Disclosure Day held my interest more than this movie. Andy Miller says, does Spidey have IMAX showings? Not near me. I think eventually they do, but
yeah,
Odyssey,
yeah, they're not in Spider-Man's not in IMAX. I can't get. There's not a single theater.
The Alex Zorba for 2. Wow, another Greek. We are not extinct, Nolan. Malaka.
Malaka. I call him Malaka in my videos.
It's not Malaka?
No, it's Malaka.
The Soapbox for 5. 4chan is reporting theater staff at certain theaters have sold out Odyssey ticket sales, but empty seats. Oh.
That would be interesting. But I don't.
Pilgrim Media for 2. I live near Tarpon Springs, Florida. Many Greek people.
Oh yeah, Greek capital here.
Yeah,
Hey, thanks, Pilgrim. Hey, Razorburn.
Shout out. George, can you imagine Nolan remaking Zorba the Greek?
No, Anthony Quinn would be rolling in his grave.
No, it'll be Zorba the British.
Detail Devil for $4.99. George Lucas had Marsha to edit greatness. Sir Nolan, editor Jennifer Lame to enable. Producer Dame Thomas, DBE, BA, Ancient History. To Lord Higher. You fucking putting in cheat codes? To Lord Higher rank over him. I don't understand any of that.
Editing was the worst. I've never seen a movie so badly edited.
Bat Fan for 5. I'm so sick of this artificial glaze for Doomsday and Odyssey.
Well, we'll get to Doomsday. We got oh wait, hide that last comment there. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's get to it. Kevin Feige confirms Spider-Man Brand New Day's place in the MCU timeline. I know we have notes for the story from Collider. Give it to me, Badger.
Phrasing. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige has confirmed that Spider-Man Brand New Day is set before Avengers Doomsday. While Feige wouldn't reveal exactly how far ahead it takes place, producer Amy Pascal confirmed the film is set 4 years after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home. The time jump means audiences will meet Peter Parker after he has spent years living with the consequences of Doctor Strange's memory spell, with the world having forgotten his identity. Aunt May is gone, and his Stark technology behind him. Peter has been operating as a street-level Spider-Man, rebuilding his life and fighting crime on his own. Setting the film before Avengers Doomsday also establishes it as an important chapter leading into Marvel's next crossover events. While it remains unclear whether Spider-Man will appear in Doomsday, the movie will show Peter's journey before Doctor Doom's arrival rather than dealing with its aftermath.
Okay.
We all kind of knew this, right?
Yeah, I feel like we all knew that.
Yeah. So, I mean, but originally, Spider-Man was going to be released at Brand New Day will be released after Doomsday. Remember, Doomsday moved from summer to December.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So, I don't know if that changes things. Who knows? What do you guys think about this?
I will say this. I and maybe I'm being too optimistic here. It sounds like we're finally getting a Spider-Man movie.
A real Spider-Man movie.
Like we're actually getting a real Spider-Man film, like him being a street level hero and, not having Tony's tech and kind of being on his own, like, and nobody knowing that he's Peter Parker. I feel like we're finally getting, Well, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But we're finally getting, a Spider-Man film.
Yeah, that trailer's fun. That last trailer, if the movie's anything like that, yeah, I'm looking.
I was a
forward to
fan of John Watts, but I don't know what the fuck he's been doing because just in the trailers, he looks and moves more like Spider-Man ever has looked and moved in quite some time.
Yeah, it reminds me actually, it's the classic, Spider-Man outfit, but it reminds me of the cartoon.
Yes.
And what they did with the cartoon, some people may know this, that they actually rotoscoped a gymnast doing all those Spider-Man classic moves, leaping and swinging and doing crazy stuff. They had a gymnast do those moves and they just drew over. They rotoscoped
Beautiful.
those classic poses.
Never
so
knew that.
I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this. There's some optimism about it. Doomsday, I have misgivings, and we'll get to that. But what do you think? And I think also
$1.5 billion.
We don't know. I think there's a lot we don't know. While the trailer shows, I think too much. I still think there's stuff we don't know.
Oh, I wonder
if we'll see Mary Jane with red hair.
I think there's a lot we don't know about this. I think because we don't really know who the main villain is yet, right?
I think if you're paying attention, you know exactly who the main villain is.
Well, I mean, but there's so many in the fucking film.
In it the Hand?
Is it Tombstone? Is it who is it?
I thought it was the Hand.
It's a little redheaded girl.
Is she the villain of the film?
Air quotes.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've got all the info I need. I don't need any more. I'm looking forward to it. Just leave it at that. Actually, Alan and I are seeing the movie a week from today.
Next week.
We will do an out of the theater reaction. So a week from today, it'll be like next Monday. We'll have seen.
Yeah.
Look,
I would be very happy if this movie was not part of the connected universe.
It doesn't. This is the thing. I think connected universes, especially if you look, at the current state of DC, we don't need it. Just make a good standalone movie. And we'll get to the new Doomsday trailer that dropped. The amount of homework you got to do or things to be aware of. I think a lot of people, normies, are going to see that trailer and go, "Who's that? Who are these?"
I haven't seen it.
Well, we're going to show it.
Yeah, so,
we're going to show it.
But I mean, like the comic books, it's okay if other characters from other movies make cameos or do a team up or something like that. But you don't have to do gymnastics to keep it all connected and all logical and stuff like that.
I agree, and honestly, it almost feels natural that the Punisher is in a Spider-Man film.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they've teamed up before in the comics many times. It's a guest appearance, right? Like in the comics. I had no problem with that, man. I just think the connected universe shit maybe needs to die for a while.
Well, I think that's the issue. Like Superman was James Gunn's Superman was connected to so many things that were not established that it doesn't hold up. Watch that movie. Watch Gunn's Superman 1 year later. It does not hold up. Some fun parts here and there, but my God, it was like coming into the third film in a connected universe thing where you hadn't seen the other parts. It felt like a mess.
I will say that I like David Cornsweet's.
I like him as Superman.
He
reminds me of,
right, but he reminds me a little bit of Reeves. He's got something of Reeves. He just reminds me.
Yeah. Well, we will take a look at the Doomsday trailer for sure. But Alan has a very special message. We actually have a sponsor for this show. So let's show this. It's under a minute. Under a minute.
That's crazy.
91%, Alan.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, and
yours
I
are
wish it
pretty-
was AI, folks, but no, I had to actually record that.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Blade still being developed, but Kevin Feige had some really interesting things to say about the current state of the MCU and where they went wrong. Do you have notes for this story?
I don't see it. No.
Okay, it's really
Sure.
just kind of an X post here, but let me share this real quick. Take a look.
It's a
Doomsday
video.
trailer. And now Feige took full accountability on Blade never being made with Mahershala Ali. He says, I feel like a gigantic loser and failure that we didn't get off the ground with Mahershala Ali. Let me play the video here. This is with Josh Horowitz, who will be at San Diego Comic-Con. Here we go.
How much time in therapy have you spent talking about Blade? This poor project. We just need to get this done, Kevin. How are you doing?
Therapy. Should we get into a therapy session?
Yeah, lie down. I mean, we all want it. Mahershala wants it. How are you feeling at this moment?
I'm feeling very excited that we got Wesley back for a time in Deadpool and Wolverine, and like a gigantic loser and failure that we didn't get off the ground with Mahershala.
Is there a world where Secret Wars is 2 films?
Not this world.
No. Okay. Doomsday sticking to its release date?
Yes.
Definitely. Okay. What does the MCU look like in a nutshell coming out of Secret Wars? Is it do you consider this a reboot?
No, but I look to the comics as I always do in terms of our storytelling, and after both the Secret Wars, but particularly the Hickman Secret Wars from 10 years ago, there's a nice roadmap to where we can go.
And last thing for you, how many X-Men have you cast that I just don't know about? Are people signed on right now for X-Men actors?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a little interesting info there. What do we think?
Well, just going off the Blade comment, I'm sorry, but how stupid do you have to be to not be able to write a Blade script?
Exactly.
Like, Blade is the easiest character in comics to write, and you can come up with one decent script for Mahershala Ali. I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. I think there was some bullshit involved. They wanted a female lead. They wanted to cut Blade. It didn't happen, and then they were just lost.
Yeah.
Well, that shows you how hard it was.
Yeah, here's some more actually comments from a different interview in comments from Variety. If you could just read this X post here, Badger.
What he just said. Feige previously explained how the prolonged delay on Blade were a symptom of Marvel's overexpansion into Disney Plus streaming content, where for the very first time ever, quantity trumped quality. We didn't want to simply just put a leather outfit on him and have him start killing vampire, which is what they should have done. It had to be unique. It fell into the time when we started pulling back and saying only accept insanely great, and it wasn't insanely great at the time. We didn't feel like, as we often do, you can have a good script and make it a great script through production. We didn't feel confident that we could do that on Blade, and we didn't want to do that to Mahershala and didn't want to do that to us.
I think this is a pretty bold statement. I mean, he's really kind of, admitting they screwed up. You don't hear like studio chiefs. You don't hear James Gunn talking like that. You know what I mean?
But that's complete BS, because during all this time of this talk of Mahershala playing Blade, they put out Brave New World. They wrote, directed, and made Brave New World. During this whole time, Blade was in talks. And you're telling me they couldn't write a decent Blade script?
I wonder if Mahershala was pushing back a lot on the scripts he was getting. Maybe that could have been.
Oh, I'm sure he was. They're probably shite.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying they couldn't write one decent Blade story.
They couldn't write one decent anything story, and that's what we've been getting for the last few years. And I think it just finally caught up to him, where it was one failure after the next.
They weren't trying to write Blade. They were trying to write Blade with his daughter, and then Blade with his daughter and friends, and then Blade in the 1930s that failed, and they sold the costumes to sinners. They were never actually trying to write Blade.
I mean, look, Mahershala Ali dodged a massive bullet here.
Oh, for sure.
Compared to everyone
Absolutely.
else, compared to everyone else who's had movies come out.
Yeah.
So I mean, good on him that he didn't appear in a bad Blade movie.
As far as what Feige said about X-Men, though, I think they have one shot to get this right, man. If they fuck up the casting with X-Men, it is all over. It's completely over. And I would bet money on this.
No, I mean, what I would do is Secret Wars, you collapse everything. And you go to X-Men, you say, it's got to be the best movie. Screw woke, screw DEI. Let's tell a great X-Men story. And then let Sony continue to make Spider-Man movies while we're at it.
Well,
And then let's get back on the track of making money and making good movies.
And then also, I think part of the secret sauce to the success of the upcoming Spider-Man movie, which I think is going to be huge, probably bigger than the Odyssey, is it's not really all you really need to know is to be familiar with the Spider-Man story.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of homework. It only connects from the stand. It's kind of like a reboot of the concept. And finally, because I'm not a huge fan of the Tom Holland trilogy, and I think that by taking it back to its roots, making Spider-Man a street level crime fighter superhero, it's I love that. I don't like him being Spider Tech Boy, using like Stark Tech for all this. That's not original Spider-Man to me. So I don't know. I like how it was weird to get there, but I like that that's where they're going. And I think when you look at the failure of Supergirl, which we don't talk about enough, we could do a few more videos on that.
Let's start grifting. Yes.
Yeah. Why don't we start doing that?
The one thing I am concerned about with Spider-Man, just a little bit, man, is the amount of villains in this movie, right? Because I mean, you got Scorpion, Tombstone, you have Boomerang, you have the Hand, you have.
You're gonna get a lot of montages, like in the beginning of Fantastic Four. I think it'll be all right.
And this montage, that's fine.
That's what ruined Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire one. Too many villains.
If it's montages, that's fine. I could live with that. But if it's like oversaturated, it can mess up the film.
Yeah, and it wasn't
X-Men
too many
3
villains. It was the fact that he didn't want to do Venom and they forced him. Like, you easily could have done, it was 2 fucking villains. That's nothing. But when the creative doesn't want to do it and you're forcing him to, that's never a good idea.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Is it time to look at the Doomsday trailer?
Yay.
Okay. First of all, who has seen it?
I've seen it.
I haven't.
Okay, we're gonna get George's real reaction. This is, before we start, I want to say this is the trailer that we saw at CinemaCon, but slightly they changed
They plussed it up.
They added some effect shots. It's cut. The one that we saw at CinemaCon I thought was longer. So
no, I think this is. I'm sorry. I think this is longer. I think what they did was they added to what we saw. There's a lot of additions to it, but the structure of the trailer is the same.
Well, we are going to finally get to hear Downey as Doom and hear him do his Borat accent. It sounds very Borat. Let's watch together. George hasn't seen it.
Nope.
So let's watch. Here we go. Ready?
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter. Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision.
Kind of sounds like Werner Herzog.
I kind of had an Arnold thing going on there.
What the hell did he say?
Warriors in our time.
Ugh.
They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one.
Oh.
Everything that they sacrificed will be for nothing if we do not stand together.
all the leaks were true.
Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
And the crowd goes wild.
Okay, so tickets went on sale this morning. Who got their tickets?
I got mine. I'm seeing it in Infinity Vision.
I'm seeing it in Infinity Vision, which is actually just another screen. It's the prime screen at Burbank. Yeah. I mean, like, what is that?
Yeah, it's the RPX theater. At
Look, man, I'm going to say it wasn't a bad trailer. Like, honestly, there's even parts of where I'm like, you know, they got my curiosity. At the very least, they got my curiosity. It's not bad. I'm actually thinking, you know, look, I'm going into it optimistically. And I know it's crazy of me, of all people, to say I'm going into a Disney film with optimism.
Wow, you have changed.
No, but look, I you know what it is, George? I want to believe. You know, my old dark heart just wants to believe.
What happened to you in the last month?
What have you been doing since you've been away?
What?
I just want something good. That's all. And I want to go in just believing that maybe this might be a good movie.
You know they're going to start calling you a shill next.
Oh, of course.
Okay, George, we're going to go around. Everyone's going to respond. But George, that's your first time seeing it. What
that is. The accent threw me. I couldn't understand part of it, but I was a little piqued. It's just that I've seen these clips before. I just didn't see them all together. I've seen the one with Thor praying. I don't know. They piqued my curiosity, I'd say, in one way, but at the same time, I don't know. They fought Thanos. Now they need a fucking miracle. That just doesn't sell me the way that they have done the threat. I'm not sold on Doom. I know the Doom backstory, but
you don't know this Doom's backstory,
right? But it didn't sell me in that way, and I didn't like the end with Steve. That was kind of cheesy.
That was set up better when we saw it at CinemaCon than it was there.
I don't know. I will say, I have hope for it to return to form, so I will join Verbal in saying that I'm hoping. I want to believe, but I didn't like the Doom voice.
Badger, what do you think?
Well, seeing as how basically every single leak that has happened has basically been confirmed, and I know what I'm getting through the whole movie, it was my fear that the people actually starring in this movie are all the ones no one gives a shit about from phases 4 and 5. So I'm ironically just kind of getting through this, so I get to Secret Wars, where the actual people I care about will be starring. Yeah, I'll go watch it, but I'm more excited to go see Spider-Man than I am Doomsday. Well, personally.
Yeah, but Badger, they might kill off all of those people. So
no, to be sure, every single person is going to die because they want to redo Infinity War, but then they'll all be back with space magic.
Well, wait a minute, are they going to kill all the D+ characters? Because then I will definitely go watch it. If they kill all of those characters, I will be there.
All of them.
Check this out. From the junket for Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr. does the Doom voice. This is from James Wallace on X. Check this out.
Tony Stark, the most famous mass murderer.
Did you catch that?
Isn't he doing
Tony Stark, the most famous mass murderer?
Is he doing Mickey Rourke?
Well, yeah, it sounds like Rourke's Russian. Yeah,
Whiplash. Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad he's doing an accent, but he kind of verged into Arnold in there. So I maybe have to see in like conversationally how he's going to sound.
Well, look, I think Doomsday's biggest problem is going to be the years of crap that we've seen from Marvel, and also the baggage of all of that. I mean, each of those, the X-Men franchise is a whole thing separate, right? But like bringing all this stuff together, where are normies going to be? Yes, Dante, you know everyone in that trailer. We all know who's there. Where are normies going to go? This is too complicated.
You know what?
Are normies checking out of Marvel is my thing, because superhero movies they're not a guarantee hit now. And I think there
are enough characters in there that most people recognize or at least remember. I don't know about Namor so much, but then again, I don't know how much screen time he's going to have.
What about Shuri?
But people know Shuri. I mean, they know these characters for the most part. They're probably not going to know the Thunderbolts too much.
No, come on, that movie.
They know the Fantastic Four at least just by looks, So I mean, we'll see. I mean, and Doctor Doom is one of those characters that even if you're like not a hardcore comic book guy, you know his name. You've heard of Doctor Doom. You might not know everything about him, but so I don't know. I think normies will show up for this. To be honest with you, I think there'll be enough hype after Brand New Day. Yeah, after Spider-Man, there'll be enough hype that people will be like, okay, I want to see the next thing.
Why didn't they have Steve in his Cap outfit?
Because he's not Captain America. Sam
He's
Wilson's
always
Captain America.
No,
you've missed out, George. He's just some dude.
Yeah. He's always Captain America.
Yeah.
No, he's just some dude in a black t-shirt.
I'll tell you, the one movie I've been looking forward to all year is Doom 3. That's it.
Yeah, Doom Part 3 really has the hype.
That's the one movie I'm looking forward to.
I think it's a huge mistake dropping those on the same day. Like, I really do.
I still think that Doomsday is going to suffer because of Doom 3.
We shall see. We shall see. Any comments from you, Alan, on the trailer?
No, like I said, some additions there, like the TVA. That wasn't what we saw. But again, I'll just reiterate what I've always been saying. I have no idea what's been leading up to this. So, there's no hype, there's no energy, there's nothing behind it. Just trust us, bro. It'll be great.
Wait, Alan, you're not excited about Shang-Chi?
I say you got.
I am. That's the best part.
Yeah, come on.
Look. The fact that they added actual fighting between him and Gambit, it made the whole trailer.
You see all that Greek representation? There was a bunch. There's so many Greeks in that trailer.
But I did like when I will say, there you go. I did like when Gambit kind of gave him that look like, yeah, go away, punk. That I can't stand Shang-Chi, but again, how many people since the D+ series didn't do well? How many average people are going to know him? I mean, we're not talking about
exactly. That's my point.
But
we're
who
going to show a trailer with
nobody
Tobey
knows
Maguire and
Shang-Chi.
Deadpool, and everyone will fucking go see it.
Yes, but remember in Wolverine and Deadpool, all those characters came to most people as a surprise, but they knew them because they grew up with them. Who has watched any of these D+ characters really? When we've gone through this before,
probably not that many.
We've gone through the ratings before. Come on, nobody's watched it.
But George, but that's why they brought back Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans. And
I think they should have focused on that. I think they should have focused on the crew. Thor, Captain America.
DOG,
yeah.
I mean, literally, you bring back Black Widow now.
Look, we need somebody to be cannon fodder, right? So I mean.
Well, leave them.
Bring in the D+ people and just kill them off.
Maybe that would be the way to sell the trailer. Show Shang-Chi getting chopped up and Namor and all of them dying. And the Avengers come in. That would have sold everybody because it'd be like, hey, cool, they're going to die. And we're proving it to you.
Well, at least we know because, okay, so you're aware they're coming out. Endgame is being re-released in September with 7 minutes. A new opening, a new like a little tacked on ending, and it'll lead to the events directly in Doomsday, from Endgame to Doomsday. And we know that Steve Rogers lives because an old Steve Rogers shows up at the end of Doomsday, or at the end of Endgame, to give the shield to Sam Wilson. So, and then we see a young Steve Rogers here. So that event of him coming back with the shield to give it to Sam, that happens after Doomsday and maybe Secret Wars.
Who was
want to comment on that? He must still have a shield
somewhere.
See, this
So
is
in
where
the
all this is all
timeline,
this.
Sam Wilson has Cap's shield. He has old Cap's shield, but Cap isn't old Cap yet. So
No,
he
he
must
is.
still have his shield.
This
then
is
they
where
would
all,
have had
this
to
where all
brought
this
back
timey-wimey stuff gets messed up, man. It's
So what? Loki goes and brings him back.
We don't
spoilers,
know.
but there's going to be something along the. It just reminds me of Reverse Flash talking to Barry, where he goes, "That's the
Oh.
thing about time travel, Barry. The more you do it, the less the rules apply." And it's all it's all messed up over there.
Fakakta, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all Fakakta. I'm waiting for someone, just one person in there to have a t-shirt. Thanos was right. Because
I think they have a very, very big mess to clean up.
Come on.
Are
For
they
this
gonna do it?
universe,
Who knows?
for this universe, Thanos was right.
Absolutely.
Are they going to bring back the blind one-legged girl who had that series? Which one?
Oh,
Where-
Jesus. Echo?
Remember
Echo.
Since it's
She was
on.
deaf. She wasn't blind.
Was she what?
She was
Oh.
deaf.
Deaf. Okay.
Yeah, Daredevil is blind.
Yeah. I get her confused. So many. of them.
She was a meme.
100%. 100%. Hey, here's a new story that just dropped. Zack Snyder was at a public event and people started chanting, "We want Justice League 2." And here I've got this. It's not a big news story. You can probably just read it here, Badger. Let me put it up on screen. And do we want a Justice League 2?
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, let me scroll down here.
I did want it at one time.
Yeah, I want him to finish his fucking story and do the Ben Affleck Batman movie or Dark Knight Returns.
I would love to
Yes.
see it. I'd love to see it. But
Yes.
why don't we just read through this real quick?
Snyderverse made itself heard Saturday night in Los Angeles, and Zack Snyder made sure the message went both ways. During the LA stop of Frank Miller's Push the Wall tour at a packed theater where Snyder spent the evening interviewing the comic book legend on stage, a fan yelled out, "We want Justice League 2. Snyder didn't let it pass. He said, "They're all effed up, so don't forget that part." He means all the characters. The pause and walk back did the work. It played in the room as a jab at the studio over what's been done to these characters, and everybody caught it.
Let's see if this video.
I think, what? Was there someone else trying to break the format?
We want, yeah. We want Paramount. Let's go.
I prefer Zack's to Gun.
He corrected. I mean, all the characters are fucked up.
Come on. Yeah. I mean, Guns Universe is.
I mean, what do you think? Like, I think Guns Universe. I think it's in Lanterns is going to hit next month. And
Have you seen anything of it?
By the way, DC has almost, I don't know what their presence is at Comic-Con in San Diego, but it doesn't seem like they have a big presence.
I think it's just Lanterns.
It's Lanterns is coming, but
Don't they have Man of Tomorrow?
But beyond a Man of Tomorrow, what's DC going to be about? They pushed back the Batman 2 to what is it, 2028 now?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Early 2028.
Wow.
This is the third time it's been pushed back, isn't it?
Yes,
26,
maybe.
27. Yeah.
Who's counting? Who's counting? But look, I think the reason people want Zack Snyder back is people like what they look back at what he did. The fact that the movie Man of Steel has aged well. I don't know. And I think Guns Universe is really not getting traction with people.
Look, man, I'm not a big fan of Zack Snyder, but I will say this, at least about his Superman. At least his Superman, and I love David Corenswet as a person. I think he's a good actor. I think his instincts are very good, even though he wasn't allowed to use them with James Gunn. I will say this about Zack Snyder. His Superman at least felt regal. He felt godlike. He felt revered, right? He felt like, yes, if a man could do that in some places, they would worship him, right? Yeah. He had that air about him. What Gunn has done to Superman here, man, it's just like he's made him just a dude. He's just a dude.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and
no. I would say what Badger has said. I never forgot what you said, Badger. Superman in James Gunn's movies, he's just Clark Kent all the time. Yeah, could you clarify, Badger?
It's a plot point in his own movie that he completely rejects what his parents wanted him to do, and it's his Earth parents. He's basically cut himself off from his entire Kryptonian lineage and line, and his reactions to things are he just reacts like Clark does. He doesn't have the distinct personalities of Superman, Clark Kent, and then Cal Clark at the fortress. He's just Clark all the time.
Oh, it's a great way to put
when
it.
you look at him, he's got that I'm doing important stuff here. He sounds like Clark Kent. He sounds like a whiny Clark Kent. There was always, even with the Christopher Reeve Superman, there was a very clear difference between Clark and Superman. They were two different people, two different performances. I feel like we've discussed it. It just this Clarkifying of Superman. It doesn't feel like Superman.
Right. Even in Superman 2 with Christopher Reeves, remember when he goes back to that diner and he beats the hell out of the guy?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah.
That's where the one time where you kind of see them merge, the Clark and Superman for a second, but then he's like, oh, lifting weights.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so good.
Beautiful scene. But
all right, well,
I saw that audition. I saw that, was it his casting, his audition for it? I was like,
tape.
Where was that Superman?
James Gunn wouldn't let him do it, man.
Yep.
That's why I feel bad for Corenswet. And plus, I saw him, someone shared on X when he was working out for the film. I didn't know he was that big underneath the suit.
You can't tell under that suit because Gunn says he doesn't like muscles showing up under suits, and that's why it's all thick and baggy. And yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the Corenswet Superman costume. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Let's go to Soups.
The Greek gifted a Film Threat membership. Shout out.
Thank you, the Greek.
The Greeks are showing up tonight.
You buy now, member, for 7 months. The Odyssey is too complicated for Nolan. He proved he can't handle any of the themes. Nolan needs to stay in his lane. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
At this point, it's really Nolan's Odyssey. It's take some of the book, but elements of the story. I mean, the part with nobody and the Cyclops, that was so clever, and that's missing. That's a big part of that makes Odysseus clever.
It does, because the fact is when they blind him and you have the Cyclops screaming for his brothers, he's like, nobody attacked me. And they're ignoring him because it's like, nobody attacked. That's why it shows his cunning and his wit. But again, that's Christopher Nolan for you.
Detail Devil for $199. Junior Knight Nolan rank equals below wife Thomas Dame Brit Imp. Bro.
I don't understand that. I think he's trying to say, are you trying to say that Nolan's wife helped him write this? Is that what I'm getting?
I think that she suggested that version of the Odyssey, the Emily Wilson.
Because when he works with his brother, I think he does great. And he did great. But this was not. I was like, there's no Jonathan Nolan fingerprints on this.
Yeah. Graph Web for 2. In the name of all that is holy, hashtag cancel Disney Plus.
Thank you,
Graph Web.
John Menelang for 5. Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill. Yes.
Thanks, John.
200-watt studio for 2. Doomsday looks like it's the AI Avengers.
Oh, yeah. I get that. Look, AI is being used for digital effects. There's no two ways about it. It's being used.
There are 2 Greeks who are making the Odyssey in AI now because in response to Nolan's.
Yeah.
Logan for 2. Anyone here want a white guy to play Blade? Well, it's all fake, right? So what does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
You know, it's vampires.
Fictional characters, right?
I want Wesley Snipes. Why don't they just have Wesley come in?
Bring him back. Hell yeah, I would love that. There's only one Blade.
CC Black for $4.99. We live in a bubble. You should see my family chat. We bought close to 50 tickets. Most of them have seen a MCU movie since Spiderman, $3 billion for Doomsday. 50 tickets. How big is your family, bro?
That's well, there you go.
It's all on money.
Are you Greek?
Thank you.
For Jennifer McMahon for 200 gems, Flow State.
Thank you for the
Flow
gems.
State. God is the great physician for 5. Alan thinks Uwe Boll is a good director. Opinion irrelevant. 8.5 IMDb, 4.4 Letterbox, 97% Rotten Tomatoes, a cinema score for the Odyssey, and on track for $1 billion. Take that, Alan.
Alan, care to respond?
Citizen Vigilante is a better movie than the Odyssey. Sorry.
Alan is a Uwe Boll shield.
No, I agree with him. I'm glad somebody brought that up. Just 1 second. That's a bad movie with an incredible story. I think filmed as a bad movie, but
Look,
the story
it's an
is
exploitation movie. It was meant to
I know,
ever
but
be. That movie is meant to make a statement. It's not to
It
be a
is.
good movie.
I know, but it's the best that Bowl has put out. It is, but the story feels real. You know what I'm saying? It's like it feels personal. It feels connected.
Postal was pretty good.
200-watt studio for 2. RDJ sounds like Dracula in Love at First Bite.
Wow.
That's too funny.
That's a deep pool, man.
Dizwiz for 2,000. It was all true. All of it, for fuck's sake. Yeah, no, all those leaks were real. Neil the 10th for 2. VR has cause for optimism. He's drunk, you see. I think, Dante, you're sober as the day is long,
sober
right?
today.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. What about gummies?
No, I am 100% sober. Well, I'm 90% sober.
90.
There might be some layover from last night, but
Geek Out Loud for 5. Here's the test of a good trailer. Can you explain the premise of the film to your normie friend based solely on the trailer?
I don't know. We really didn't get. Something's coming. Doom is coming.
We need a miracle.
We need a miracle, and they're going to team up against Doom. I think that's all we got out of that trailer, but not much of the actual story. So there you go. Thank you for the 5.
Shout out Brawler, member for
Hey,
8
Brawler.
months. Doomsday looks balls. So many annoying characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters I don't care about.
Mhm.
A lot.
Flying blind on a rocket cycle for 5. Here's a tie-in. Have the various Marvel heroes battle it out at different Bucky's across the country. Oh, that would be good.
I love Bucky's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Napsky for 5. So Evans Cap is going to save the day, but Mackie Cap can't. Poor Mackie. He can't even get Thor's hammer to notice him.
Thanks.
C Black for $1.99. Hugh, Toby, and Ryan at SDCC. Are they? Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, Ryan
I don't
Reynolds?
know. Alan and I are going to the Marvel panel Hall H on Saturday. We are going to do a live stream directly after the panel, and we will let you know. I'm sure I'll be taking video, and stuff is going to leak right after. But I don't know. They're doing something big. If you look at X right now, downtown, the gas lamp in San Diego is all, buildings are being wrapped. The gas lamp entrance to the gas lamp has a Doomsday thing on it. It's Marvel's going all out, and DC is barely there.
Barton Bella for 2. Where the heck is Hawkeye? That's where he is.
Yeah, he was at the end of the Odyssey.
He's waiting. He's waiting for the money. Andrew Cram for 10. Why does Chris Evans receive Thor's hammer? Because he is not worthy of. I mean, he is worthy. That's why he was able to call it in Endgame.
Thank you, Andrew Cram. I just wonder. Yeah, like, do they need that callback? I don't know.
That's why I thought it was cheesy in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Maybe he thought it was Loki or someone pretending to be him and only the real, but yeah, it's a callback. Mo Sislak for 1,000 gems, GOAT trophy.
What? Someone explain the gems thing to us.
Lori says
I'm
gems
looking
are
up here.
gifts sent on YouTube.
It's
What?
YouTube's I'm sorry, I'm looking it up. It's YouTube's gifting system. So essentially, it allows all of y'all to pre-purchase kind of like super chats and then disperse them however you want from person to person. It's a way for YouTube to get money up front versus per super chat.
It's kind of like what Twitch does, basically.
Yeah, Twitch and TikTok.
Okay,
you know.
but thank you then. That's
Yes,
1,000 gems is a lot.
Is it? That might be like 10 cents.
I know.
Zillosaurus Rex for 2. Street level Spider-Man will be a montage for 5 minutes. I get a feeling a lot of those villains are going to just set up the status quo of what he's been doing for years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Thanks.
Bleeding Star, 440 gems. Unk Alert.
Unk Alert. I don't know
Yes.
what that is, but I'll take it. Thank you.
According to this,
Doc.
they're worth a penny each.
Oh,
A gem, yeah.
good. Doc Fortune for 5. No one stays good in this world, says Snyderman as he breaks a neck and watches his dad die. Yeah, let's go back to that.
Hey, Supergirl did it. Come on.
Gross simplification and from 2 different movies and different scenes, but okay. Box office brawler for 199. Do you guys care if Steve returns but not as Cap? Not really.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Now I want him to return as Cap.
I'd like him to go
Yeah.
take the shield back. Mine.
There's only one Captain America.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brawler.
Spart Diddley, shout out, became a YouTube member.
Thank you.
King Night Thing, whatever, for 5. King Nothing. The speech in Kill Bill about Superman having Clark Kent as the alter ego rather than the other way around seems super relevant now.
Good call.
Detailed Devil for 199. Nolan's wife, history degree, and Queen knighted her. Wow.
I didn't know she was knighted. That's cool.
Wow. Kurgo for 250 gems. Laughing Disco.
Thank you.
VJ the Vigilant for 199. Godzilla Zero will be better than all of these movies. Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah. We got that other teaser. Still too short for me, but I can't wait for that. I'm going to there's a Godzilla night at the Dodgers. I think it's the 24th of September. They're giving away a Godzilla bobblehead for
nice.
Godzilla -0, actually promoting a Dodgers night in celebration of Godzilla.
Are you going to go?
Yes.
Now he
I
is,
got
yeah.
tickets.
Got to get his bobblehead.
So will Godzilla be wearing a Dodger jersey?
Yes.
Graph Web for 500 gems. Party Blowers.
We'll take it. Thank you, GraphWeb.
Oh no, Nick Goropoulos for 2. Hail,
Oh my
gents.
God. I think that might be me. Thank you, Nick.
And he's dark skinned, as all Greeks are. They're all black people. Good for him. 200-watt studio for 2. Rogers was selfish. He shouldn't get the hammer.
I agree.
Yeah.
Gogeta.
Yeah, but have you seen Peggy Carter? I mean, that chick is hot.
I don't know if that was selfish, maybe, but maybe we'll see. Junior for 2. Shout out.
He could have banged her and then
Appreciate it.
And they come back.
come back.
Graph Web for another 300 gems. Girl power.
Sweet. We'll take it. Thank you.
Junior for another 5. The Blind Greek sounds like he is from Astoria, New York.
And also want to thank our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, ADL is 24, Olalique on Rumble. Want to thank Graph Web for another 100 gems. High five. Thank you. Want to thank all of our guests today. Let's go around the horn. Plug your channels.
Oh, thank you for having me, Chris. You can find me, George the Giant Slayer, GeorgeTheGiantSlayer.com, and my review for NOLAN'S Odyssey is coming out in a couple of days.
Oh,
So, go check it
Odyssey.
out. Yeah.
That's a
so,
good. There you go. Wow.
So go check it out.
What's up, guys? Dante, Verbal Riot. Follow me, YouTube, Rumble, and X.
You know what it is. Badgercast coming up in 40 minutes. Make sure to go check it out. Be talking about all the things.
Yes, and Wednesday we are on Chris is on the road to Comic-Con down Route 169.
That's right. So Alan will be in studio. I will actually be in a car driving to Comic-Con, and we'll do like just a shorter news related show on Wednesday, and I'll be in the car driving down at that time. And that's it for us. We'll be back on that Wednesday show, and we'll be doing daily live streams from San Diego Comic-Con, bringing you all the news. And make sure to check out our panel. That's let me show. There's a news. I'll show you. There's a news story on the Film Threat website here about what we're up to at Comic-Con. Here we go. Fun picture there. It's our Indie Filmmaker Survival Guide panel. That is on Friday, July 24th, 12:30 p.m., room 24 ABC. Robert Meyer Burnett will be there. Joseph Kahn, Jim Agnew, myself, Christopher Moonlight, and April Wright. And see Alan and I at the Big Man Comics booth 1705 on Friday and Saturday. Friday 2 to 3, Saturday 11 to noon. We'll probably hang out there too. So look for us. Check that out. Alan, did I miss anything?
No, I think that's it.
Cool.
We'll be here and there.
Right.
I'm curious, Chris. I'm curious about one thing. What did you think of Damon's performance as Odysseus?
I didn't like it.
Okay, so you and me both. All right, because I like
didn't like
Massachusetts Matt. All right, cool.
I really wanted it to be more. I miss just some language that tells me this is a classic epic tale.
Turns when you take out every personality trait away, it's just Matt Damon.
But have you seen Ralph Fiennes' Return?
George, I'm trying to end the show. We can talk after. All right. Thanks, everybody. Alan,
let's get out of here.